everyone, Allison here for Blackcatscraps. This is a t-shirt reconstruction. I'm going to show you how to make a cool, sexy idea you can do for long sleeve or short sleeve. This is great for shirts that are a little loose fitting or shirts that are got a nice fit and they're kind of stretchy. So I've taken my fabric scissors and I've made slits all the way down the arm from the shoulder top all the way to the top of the wrist. And I'm making them about a ½ inch apart. And I'm not going to cut into the hem part of the sleeve. I'm going to leave that be. I'm going to take my scissors, I'm going to cut out the neckline. I'm going to give it a little 80s look here by doing this. Pretty cool. I made this shirt for my sister for Christmas and I asked her how many times she's worn it. She said she wore it for like 3 days straight. I knew she'd like it. Alright, so this is the back side of the shirt. Just kind of laying it out flat. I'm going to find the center point at the top and the bottom and then lay it flat with that edge facing me, and then I'm going to do the same thing and cut about ½ inch spaces, and I'm going to actually make these a little bit longer. They're going to be about 3 inches to 2 inches into the shirt. Just make sure you get all the wrinkles out so that your cuts are fairly straight. And if you need to, you can line up the shoulder seams to make sure that you're even as well. On the bottom you can line up those seams. For these cuts I'm actually just doing the length of what my scissors will cut to, just about 2½ inches or so. And down at the bottom I'm not going to cut the hem seam. So I'm laying it out flat face down, and I'm going to cut the strips in half. What I'm doing here is being able to create like tabs on both sides, and what I'm going to do is tie them together. And if you're doing a project like this where you're tying knots and you don't want them to come apart, something that I know every boy has learned if they've done Boy Scouts is a square knot, and that's whatever string end that you have. Typically the saying is left over right, right over left. So if you can visualize that or tie something while saying that to yourself, you should create a knot where it will not slip on one string or the other. So it should stay put. This fabric was great to work with for this type of shirt construction. I was actually able to comfortably tie, and then it stretched out a little bit, so I wasn't losing too much of size the shirt had. At the top here, I'm kind of making sure that the ties are a little bit looser so that the shirt can hang off the shoulders if it needs to. And then what I'm doing here is I'm taking a loop, and then I'm sticking my fingers through and pulling through another loop. This is kind of like a knit stitch. If you were to flip over and look at the inside, it would look like a purl stitch. So if you know anything about knitting, this will look familiar. So I've ended up redoing it from the very top of the shoulder all the way down. I thought this looked really cool, as opposed to just having it slit like that. So I ended up doing that on both sleeves, and to finish it off, I'm taking my last loop and I'm gonna sew on a ribbon and tie it. So I'm gonna use a safety pin to hold this loop so I can attach my ribbon. And it's just a thin, silky black ribbon. You can use a strip of the neckline that you cut off if you wanted to. Alright, so I have already attached the ribbon in the middle, and I'm putting one of the ribbon strands through the end of the loop from my t-shirt. So I'm going to tie it together, and then I'm going to tie a bow. And I still have the sewing thread still attached to the shirt, so I will be able to stitch through the knot of the bow so it stays together. So having it tied with a bow at the end, even though there's stitches to hold it together, you can always undo the knot of the bow, or it's a lot easier than if it were the fabric from the neckline. Alright, so here's what the final product looks like. I tried it on just to see how it fit and everything. And so here's what the back looks like. I absolutely love this shirt, and I hope my sister enjoys it because I liked it. And I didn't really like how this was kind of funky right in there. So if you find a snag like this, one thing you can try is making your slits a little bit longer, and it should help out with the weird bunching. So this was a present that I made for all the girls in my family for Christmas. I went to a couple discount stores and found various t-shirts, different colors and sizes and stuff, and did these reconstructions. And so far I'm having wonderful feedback from my recipients. I'm liking the shirts that have the long sleeves the best. So if you want to make one of these shirts, I recommend doing the long sleeve because it was funner and they look cooler when you're done. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Comment, subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks.